if you go back to that Spurs game, I think I remember Jamie Carragher, Gary Neville, and they were adamant that Arsenal needed a new central striker to do for them what Haaland has been doing for Manchester City. I thought it was a little bit harsh on Jesus, who's been coming back from injury, and is a good foil for them. He plays that role with his back to goal really well. He links up with players. But of course, when you sign as a kid and you sign to play for a club and you're a striker, and in all the way you make it through the game, goals are your currency. And it's always going to be a question when the goals are coming elsewhere. You could have a really good game as a centre forward and you haven't scored. And it's as if that's all that counted, and your good play sometimes fade into the background. So I'd stick up and I'd defend Jesus a little bit. I think he's not at his best yet. Is he a natural goal scorer who'll get the goals Haaland gets? No. Is there anybody else like Haaland out there who could fit into this lineup? I'm not sure there is. So it's it's a quandary. It always is. That's why the strikers are paid the most money. That's why they get all the headlines. Is there anybody available? You mentioned Ivan Toney there. There's a lot of talk in the newspapers that he'll be on his way to Arsenal. Be interesting. I mean, it probably would help if they signed a big name striker to show and to prove that they're on the up and that they're going to drive and get even better as a club. And that doesn't always work out, of course. But you look at Man City. I mean, they've Haaland and Alvarez. They don't have 5 or 6 strikers there waiting to come in and pounce and take the place if one of the players doesn't play well. So, I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. I heard what Gary had to say and I heard what Jamie had to say. And yes, you can put it down to stats and go, yeah, there should be more coming from a centre forward who's wearing the same jersey that Thierry Henry wore and that Dennis Bergkamp wore and all these strikers that used to get tons of goals. It's probably it's not a token transfer that's needed. If somebody is coming in, they got to be top class and they got to be comparable to Haaland. That's not easy. If they bring in a maybe, then I'm not so sure it's a good thing. If there's anybody out there, and there's lots of names get thrown up in the press, but it's impossible to find another Haaland. It really is. So I hope Jesus picks up his form in the run to Christmas, does enough, and his manager feels that it's okay to go to battle with the front line and the backup that they have.